Dear students, welcome to lecture of chemical process synthesis. So in this lecture we discuss about introduction to chemical process design. So to start with preface, we know that modern living standards and chemical products are part of each other. Almost all aspects of everyday life are supported by chemical products in one way or another. So if we wake up in morning, we start from toothpaste and toothbrush, and we go to bed using the good night, that is mosquito repellent solvents. So that is nothing but a chemical product. So we start with toothpaste, which is a chemical product, and we end up the day with chemical product like any mosquito repellent. So yet society tends to take these products for granted, even though a high quality of life fundamentally depends on these chemical products. When considering the design of process for the manufacturing of chemical products, the market into which they are being sold fundamentally influences the objective and priorities in the design. So, based on their classification, the chemical products are divided into three broad categories. First one is commodity or bulk chemical. As the name suggesting, it is a bulk chemical produced in large quantity. And second point considered in bulk chemical is they are purchased on the basis of their chemical composition, purity and price. Few examples are sulfuric acid, nitrogen, oxygen, ethylene and chloride. Nowadays we are also dealing with COVID-19 pandemic. So we are using a hand sanitizer, that is also one of the bulk chemical. Next is fine chemical. As the name suggests, it is fine chemicals. So it is produced in small quantities and purchased on the basis of chemical composition, purity and of course price. Examples: N-butyric acid used in beverages, flavoring or fragrances, etc. and barium titanate powder used in the manufacturing of electronic capacitors. So they are produced in small quantities as compared to the bulk chemicals. Next, third chemical class is specialty, effect or functional chemicals. The chemicals that are purchased based on their function rather than their chemical composition are known as specialty or functional chemicals. Examples are such as pharmaceuticals, pesticide, dyestuffs, perfumes and flavorings, etc. So if we consider chemical process and plant, because we are discussing chemical process synthesis, so chemical process contains a chemical plant, and chemical plant is identified as a facility for physico-chemical or biological transformation of raw materials into the finished products. So that is the definition of chemical plant. So why we need this process integration? We know the bird fly in flocks. So there are number of social aspects like communication, proper navigation, protection from predators, and last one is the reproduction. So bird travel from one place to another for their reproduction purposes. So but let us look for aerodynamic factor in this flying pattern of bird flocks. Bird fly in V shape to help the conserve their energy during migration, with the exception of the individual leading the group. So I am pointing out here, this bird is facing the maximum resistance, wind resistance, and the wind resistance goes on decreasing the trailing birds. Okay, so the birds that are flying behind are facing less wind resistance than the leader one. So what is the benefit of these flying flocks? The reduction in wind resistance from front to the back side of that flock, and this formation reduces the drag force that each bird experiences compared to if they were flying alone. So that is the concept if we derived it from nature. So we are using this concept in process also. Second concept is about the fish swims in schools. So we found on Discovery Channel and all, the small fishes are swims in the maximum number and they form a school. So why fish swims in school? Because there is safety in numbers. If we consider a little fish, the big fish can easily eat that one. That is the first reason. Second, there is a safety in numbers. And third, the size of this shape showing in this figure is often the flashing light reflected off thousands of fish, and that can confuse the predator. But being in school also mean that the predators generally eat the lot, and so significant numbers of fishes are survive in the attack of predator. So they do this to integrate and to save their community in a ocean life. So inspiring from this natural phenomena, we are discussing about the chemical process design and integration. In a chemical process, the transformation of raw material into desired chemical product, and this transformation cannot be achieved in a single step. Instead, the overall transformation is broken down into the number of steps that provide intermediate transformations. So these are carried out through reaction, separation, mixing, heating, cooling, pressure change, particle size reduction or enlargement, such operations. Once the individual steps have been selected, they must be interconnected to carry out the overall transformation. The chemical process synthesis involves two broad categories. First one is individual transformation steps are selected first, and in second, these individual transformations are interconnected to form a complete process. And finally, a flow sheet. What is flow sheet? It is a diagrammatic representation of the process steps with their interconnections. Once the flow sheet structure has been defined, a simulation of the process can be carried out. So if we see here, this is the feed stream. These are the transformations, individual transformation steps required to convert the raw material into product. So on the right side we are getting the product. And second step, first step is selection of individual transformation step, and second step is their interconnection. So finally we end up with this flow sheet. Feed enters into the flow sheet, and we at the end we get the product. So that is nothing but the chemical process, conversion of raw material to the product. A simulation is a mathematical model of the process that attempts to predict how the process would be behave if it were constructed. The flow rates, composition, temperature and pressure of the feeds can be assumed at the initial level. The simulation model then predicts the flow rates, composition, temperature and pressure of the products. It also allows the individual atom of the equipment in the process to be sized and predicts, for example, how much raw material is being used or consumed, or how much energy is being required to take the conversion. The performance of the design can then be evaluated. There are many facets to the evaluation of performance. The good economic performance is an obvious first criteria, but it's certainly not the only one, as we have to consider about safety also. So the chemical processes should be designed as a part of sustainable industrial activity. So what is sustainable industrial activity? The first concept is related like this, that retains the capacity of ecosystem to support both life and industrial activity into the future. And second, it must meet the needs of the present without compromising the needs of future generations. So if we consider for a chemical process, the sustainable industrial activity means the process should use raw material as efficiently and economic and practicable way, both to prevent the production of waste that can be environmentally harmful and to preserve the reserves of raw material as much as possible. Second is about energy. It should use as less energy as is economic and practicable, both to prevent build-up of carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases in the atmosphere from burning fossil fuels and to preserve the reserves of fossil fuels. Third concept is related to the Third point is related to the water consumption. Water must also be consumed in sustainable quantities that do not cause deterioration in the quality of the water source, and the long-term quantity of the reserve should be maintained. And last one is aqueous and atmospheric emissions that cause due to these chemical processes must not be environmentally harmful, and solid waste to landfill must be avoided. So that is the sustainable industrial activity in the chemical process design context. The process must also meet required health and safety criteria. Easy startup, emergency shutdown, and ease of control are another important factors. Flexibility, that is the ability to operate under different conditions such as differences in feedstock, different product specifications, are also important. Once the basic performance of the design has been evaluated, changes can be made to improve the performance and the process is optimized. There are two types of optimization are possible. First one is structural optimization. The process is simulated and evaluated again, and we are optimizing the structure. That is called as the structural optimization. And next one is parameter optimization. In this we can change the operating conditions in a chemical process, and that is called as a parameter optimization. So that is the introductory part about the introduction to the chemical process design. So if you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.